Hello everybody, this is AwesomeFire1234, and today I am going to be showing you more in Roblox Studio 2016. And, sorry, I just woke up. First thing is, somebody asked, I forget who it is, they asked that they can't find any of this, like the Explorer, the properties, or the toolbox. It's not there. What you want to do is you want to go up to View, which is right here in the top of it. It'll say View. All you want to do is click on that. And then right here you can do all of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it says Explorer, Properties, Toolbox, and all the other things. So right now I'm just going to open Explorer and Properties, and maybe Toolbox just in case we need to build something. And then to go back to where you were, you just want to click up here, and it'll take you back to here. Or you can also do Home. Now, I'm also going to do like this catch-up where I show you different things. So, to insert a part, you go up here, and it'll say Part. It's like a blue cube. You just want to click that, and you'll see a part has appeared. Now, if you click and hold your first mouse button down, you can drag it around all over the workspace, which the workspace is just all of this, where you can see the game. And then, if you want to get more precise, you can use these studs. You just click it, and then if you look, now it's half of a stud, or 1/5, my bad. 1/5 of a stud. This is a whole stud, and you can see it's like really blocky and jumpy. And if you set it to 1/5 of a stud, it's real smooth and like intricate, little teeny pieces of modeling. And if it still doesn't work out, then I usually just use off, which means there's absolutely no studs. It's just like a free grid. You can move it. There's absolutely no restrictions to it. Okay, so now we'll get into the other parts. Tools. This is Move up here. All you want to do is you want to come up here and click. Or you can hit Control +2 without the plus. And then you can drag it just like you were with the studs. And then you can still change the studs to 1/5, and it'll move by 1/5 of the stud. And then you can switch it to off, and it has no restrictions, no studs, no grid, whatever you want to call it. Then you got your scale tool, which I'm pretty sure that's Control 3, yeah. And then here, what you do is you can resize the brick. Make it bigger, make it smaller, make it taller, make it shorter. And it basically works all on the X, Y, and Z grid. That, I'm pretty sure, is a 3D plane grid, which basically all it's saying is Y is up and down vertically, and X is horizontally. I'm pretty sure that's it for 2D, but I'm not so sure what Z is. Like, see, you got this way, and this way. They're all 3 planes. That's why it's called 3D. Anyways, that's what scale does. Again, you can also use studs. Make it half a stud of a brick. Make it super small, whatever you want. Okay. And then last we have rotate. You can select a brick, and you can rotate it on any of the axes. I don't know how you say that. You just click, hold down, and drag where you want. As you see, I can rotate the brick and make it like a column almost. It's pretty nice and tall. And if you've been seeing, I've been going back to what I originally had. And to do that, you want to hold Control and press Z. That undoes what you had recently just done. And if you accidentally went too far back, you can redo, which up here you can see there's 2 arrows. This is the undo, which is Control Z or Alt backspace. And if you want to redo something, it's Control Y, Control Shift Z, Alt, Shift, and Backspace. You can do any one of those. So it could be Control Y, it could be Control Shift, or it could be Alt, Shift, then Backspace. Whatever's easier for you or whatever you prefer. And that's basically all of these. And if you ever wondered how do they get the bricks to where they're like super small, and if you like keep pulling on the X, I believe X axis, then it'll get nice and flat. Well, if you have your properties menu up, which again you go to view, select properties right here, and then you should see it down here. I'll erase everything else so you see what it should look like. If you do not have a brick selected, it will look completely blank. And that's okay, it's supposed to. But the second you select a brick, it'll tell you everything you can do with the brick. For example, if you wanted to change the brick color, you could go here and change it from a huge variety of options, which I'm not going to do that just for the sake of time. Then material, you can change it to all these, whatever you personally prefer. Then there's Reflectance. Reflectance is basically like a mirror almost, but you can't see yourself in it. So if I change the Reflectance to 1, you can see what I mean. It reflects the skybox, just sort of like a mirror outside. If you look, you can see clouds, just like they're there. That's because it's trying to reflect, even though it can't reflect your character quite yet. I don't know if Roblox is going to do anything about that, but we'll have to see and find out later. Then we have transparency, which all it basically means is how see-through it is. Like as if you want glass, or you want to make invisible walls, you would set the variable to 1, meaning completely invisible. And as you can see, you can't see the brick at all. Well, that's a little ironic. You can't see it, but oh well. And then, now if I select it, you can see the outlines. But say you just want like a little tint, like glass. I usually do 0.7 to 0.5. See how it looks a little foggy? You can change the color. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Up here you can also change your colors and such. Like, remember how you can change it from here, the color? I find that a little bit difficult at times. So what I do is I select my brick, go up to color, and I click that little drop down. And then that gives me the various list of options. And I'll go with like a very light sandy blue, pastel blue. And then I can make it look like it's glass. And then I can change the material to wood, I can change it to slate. All you want to do is go up to the material tab, click drop down, and find which one it was. Now originally it's plastic, so if you want to revert to the original material, then you want to click this drop down and select plastic. And then, like I was saying, how you can get it nice and small. I'm sorry, I'm getting very sidetracked because I want to mention everything so you guys can get what you want with this. You want to go the whole way down to the bottom, and it should say part. Now, if everything looks like this, which I'm not sure it would, but if it does, all you want to do is go up to here where these little triangle looking things are and click them, and that'll open them. I usually have all of these open because these are the most used ones for me. And then in part here, it says part in your properties menu, not up here, down here in part in your properties. It'll give you a whole bunch of different things. I always, if I ever want to make something nice and small and flat almost, you want to change shape from block, double click it. Oh wait, my bad. I mean form factor. You want to change that, my bad. You do not want to change shape unless you want to change it to a ball or a cylinder. You want to change form factor from symmetric to custom. Now if you notice, your brick didn't do anything. It sort of looks the same. But now if you drag it, it's nice and flat. And you can see it looks like real glass. Now again, you can use resize and make it like 1/5 of a stud. That way it looks like a little bit chunkier, or however you personally prefer, that's what you want to do. It's all up to you, because it's your game, and it's your way of whatever you want. So, now that we've got all this covered, which I think I did, yeah, other than the effects and the spawn, if you want to insert an effect, you can go up to here and click that, put like fire, and that just adds like a nice little fire to it. Which, if you're curious how to remove the fire instead of pressing Control Z, you can press Explorer, go into Workspace, look for Part, and then if you see in here it says Fire. Now, if you simply just want to get rid of it, just press Delete. But if you want to work with it, you can make it super tall, and that's called heat. You can change the heat to, I'll change mine to 20. And you see now how much faster and higher it got, because I did that. Now if you change the size to 20, that'll make like a gigantic fireball. And now it ate our glass. Anyways, that's basically just the fire. You can insert all kinds of things, like just make sure your brick is selected, the one that you want. You can insert smoke, you can insert fire, you can insert all kinds of cool things. So, go ahead and have fun and toy around with that. Then if you want to spawn, which is basically whenever the player joins the game, he or her will go to this place to be put at first, like a spawn, which is what it is. It's where you'll start off at, basically. You just want to click that, and there you go. You've got your spawn. And now, whenever anybody joins, they'll join right where you put the spawn. See, I'm right where I put the spawn. I like my new uniform. And if you notice, I spawn like directly in the center, and that's pretty cool, because now you can put whatever you want where you want. That's what we always wanted. I guess I'm saying want too much. Oh well. And finally, just to wrap this up, if you want to rename your part, which is so it can help you. Say you've got like so many parts. Oh my gosh, so many parts. There's like 30 parts, and you spread them all apart, and you're trying to find which one you put the fire into. So we'll just maybe say insert a fire. Nice. And then you're like, which one was it? I forget which one it was. Well, if you can select it and change its name right down here in data, it'll say name. You just erase its name right now, and we can name it whatever we want. I'm going to name mine fire, because that will help me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is the one with the fire in it. And then I can go to it, and I can work with the fire and do whatever I want. Nope, sorry, I meant to hit the delete key. And again, maybe you don't want to drag all these blocks over here and do all this. There's a simpler thing to where you just select all the blocks you want, which right now all I'm doing is I'm clicking and holding in my mouse and dragging. Then I'm pressing Control and G. And then that creates a model or a group, which then you can drag it around, and you're dragging every part that's inside of it. And say you don't want to go the whole way back to where you were, ungroup it, and then move it again by pressing Control Z. Instead, all you have to simply do is hold Control, then U, and that ungroups every single part. Now say we've got like a group here and a group here, and I want to put them together. All you simply want to do is hit Control, hold it in, and click the other part. Then press Control G. And then if you'll notice, it has two models inside of it. That's because that was the first model and the second model. And let's just say you want them to all just be one big model. Well then inside of that model, which we'll just name Pi so you guys will get to know. Inside of Pi there are two models. Now if you hold Control and click the other model, which are the two models inside, and hold Control U, that'll ungroup both of them. But you'll still have Pi, which is the original model, and you can still move it around. So I guess that about wraps it up, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and there will be another part 2 to this 2016 Roblox tutorial, and it's going to be a bit more advanced because I noticed how on the last one I didn't do very much and I didn't show very much. So again, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.